Alright, here we are again, guys. 10v10 with my favorite division, Raappana. On a different map, at least. This is Slutsk and not Tannenberg. Actually, this is it's not exactly the ideal map for a division like Raappana, or it has less parts of the map that you can use an infantry division like this very well. When you have a lot of infantry, like you could see in the one of the previous videos where we have a lot of heavy forest. That's the ideal territory for a division that has a lot of infantry. And this map doesn't really have any heavy forest at all, or very small patches of heavy forest, and definitely not any, long lengths of heavy forest that you can utilize to, progress with your infantry and to gain territory with them. There is one part of the map in the very center where there is a kind of large town that generally would be the best place for the purposes of this kind of division. So hopefully I'll be able to go into that area there to get that. Let me just go and quickly. Oh, let's turn that off. Don't listen to myself, do I? Quickly post in the bootcamp Discord. Okay. So the lobby is almost full. Just need one more player, and it doesn't look like there are any new players. Maybe just one new player here. One new player here. Otherwise, it seems like, on both sides we've got a fair selection of experienced players, so no memes this time. There's only the attrition, the long slog, the death of many, many, many men, as the deck is filled with many, many, many men. But in these kinds of more open maps, it tends to be that you can make much more use of some of the different tools that you have in your deck. So, depending on the territory, or not the territory, but the terrain, and what you have available to yourself in terms of, terms of line of sight, whether you can hide your units well or not, and, what are the distances involved? Are there large open areas with 2 kilometers, or are there lots of shorter areas that are only a few hundred meters? So for Slutsk, it really does have a lot of large open areas, and so it definitely suits more those divisions that have like 2 kilometer range tanks, 2 kilometer range maybe support guns like the Grilla, artillery as well. Now Raappana does get some very nice artillery, and I do only have actually I think one card of the artillery. Let me check, have a quick look. Where is it? You can see I like Raappana by how many of them I have, how many of the decks I've made. Let's see, where is my 10v10? This one. This is the one I'm using. So I have 4 artillery cards, but actually these 2 cards I'm using as anti-tank because they have the nice heat shells with 160 millimeters of penetration. If you don't know what the difference is between a heat shell and an AP shell, an AP shell is going to lose some of its penetration value over distance. So it might say, or let's say for example, the AP shell says it does 160 millimeters of penetration. But if you're firing that AP shell over 2,000 meters, by the time it reaches its target, it's going to have lost a lot of its energy. In terms of real world physics, it's going to have lost a lot of its energy. And so actually its penetration value goes down, and so you might only be getting something like 120 or even 100 millimeters of penetration, even though the game says that it has 160. However, with heat shells, the penetration value never changes. Whether you shoot it at 100 meters or 2,000 meters, it still does exactly what it says on the tin. And so, Raappana doesn't actually have really strong anti-tank guns. In fact, this 50mm is its strongest, and it does get these nice 150mm APCR shells, but they only have a range of 1,000 meters. Its standard AP shells have 1,500 meters, but they only have a penetration value of 100 millimeters. And like I said, it says 100 millimeters of penetration, but if you're shooting at a target that is 1500 meters away, it's actually going to be lower than that. So overall, these anti-tank guns that it has are quite weak, and they're not good at killing targets that are quite far away. However, these heat shells can do that very, very well indeed. I hear that beeping going. I think it's going to start. Yeah. There we go. And I put both of those artillery cards into B. Both of them with 1 vet, because most of the time I can't use up 8 of those cards, or 8 of those units. And, with 2 cards and 1 vet, I get 4 and 4, which is 8. So I could bring them at no vet and get more of them, but in my experience, it tends to be the case that I don't have the opportunity to use that many, and so if I can bring 10 with no vet, but I only use 6, I might as well bring them with at least 1 vet to increase their rate of fire and also increase their accuracy. So this is the town that I was talking about. You can see it has, if we use the C key to have a look at the line of sight, just go around the town here, we can see that a lot of the time it's quite restricted, and so you can use this to get the most out of units that have shorter ranges. Now, another thing that some people don't know, or if you're new to the game you might not know, is that these special buildings like the church here, sometimes you can see things like windmills even. I wonder if there's a windmill around. I think there is, maybe over here. Windmills too, like this one here. When you put units into these buildings, they actually are classified as having a kind of higher line of sight, and so because of that they can see further, and they can actually see over some things, although the game doesn't actually tell you that. If we press the C key on the church here, you can think that, okay, if I put a unit into the church here, then this is what they'll be able to see, and it looks kind of crappy. But that's not actually what units can see when they're in the church, so you might argue that this is actually not so very well designed, and some people might agree with you, and I might be one of those people that agree with you. But it is what it is. So what I will do is I will throw at least 1 recon unit into this church here for specifically that purpose. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to have a look at the buildings along here. I'm going to see if there are any kind of places where 1,000-meter range can be utilized quite nicely, like this one here, to shoot at enemy infantry units. This one also seems quite good. And I really love these double sniper units. They can really make a mess of enemy infantry. I'm going to send 1 sniper there. Let's see if there are any more. This is also a nice one, but the problem here is that it's too close to this front line. And really what that means is, if your opponents send units here, they might just arrive at the same time. And snipers excel at long range, not short range. So maybe I'll try this one as well. What I will also bring is a Lati, just in case there are half-tracks. Half-tracks can be a real pain in the rear end. Zoom out quickly to see how the map is looking overall. Still have 400 points to spend. And this area here is looking a bit empty, so I'm going to be that kind of hero guy and bring some units over here to make sure we aren't getting trampled to death, or that there aren't any huge holes in the line. That tends to be that you can have some skirmishing going on between these forests if your opponent sneaks units down. This is actually a you can see a small dip in the land here. So when you put units coming down from this forest, they're actually quite well hidden. Okay, let's see. definitely need more infantry units in here, so I'll go and try to help with that. Send some CQC infantry. Send maybe a Lati, maybe an anti-tank infantry, and some standard infantry too. Let's see. So the sniper here, is in a good position. We can see that it did get sight onto some of these Gavadia and has killed some and has even pinned some down. Now there's a Razvedka M3A1 there, but it's moving and it's hiding. No big deal for me at the moment. However, it being there, I might feel like I want to bring out maybe just a small anti-tank gun over here to help with that. So let's try and do that. Something died. And I don't know what it was that died, but something died. Something somewhere died. Okay, so I did unload these. I can still ask them to quick move over here now. So far, no problem. Get these guys to unload in here. Yep, okay. Too slow, and he died. So we see that there are those 6AB light tanks. And so the Lati are really good at killing those. They have almost no armor. Try to spread these units out so they can't all be killed in one bombing run. And I'll bring the Lati maybe over here. This seems like a good place for them. Okay. Just bring them here. And what I can do is I can use these engagement rules to tell them to do nothing. Don't move, don't find any extra cover. There's that Tetrarch. Can I get in 500 meter range? Just outside of it, that's okay. Let's turn off without nothing. Keep these guys here. And you know what? I will even bring another one up just in case. Let's see. Okay, can move the Jakari over. Try and move this one over as well. Move some more infantry up here. So actually it looks like there's not that much going on here. Maybe I can move up, but I do remember there was that half track in there. So I do want to move my sniper up, but I'm also going to move my Lati over here just in case it decides to pop out there. Put my anti-tank gun in here as well, just for some light support. It's very cheap. Move my other anti-tank guns up. Move my infantry gun also into here. Now there is like one small problem with this, which is that when you clump your units into such a small area here, it's very easy to bomb. It's very easy to use artillery as well. So here we go. Here's my anti-tank gun. Should be able to kill this T-34-76. Do need some normal infantry over here, it seems. Got a crew kill on the T-34-76. Okay, that's fine by me. Let's take these ones over here. Shift the view a bit. Move this over to here. Sniper again in a good position, pinning down the infantry that came out here. Let's see what's going on here now. So we have still the 6AB player with the Tetrarchs, the Jakari fighting at long range, which is not exactly their forte, so I'll bring the other Ratsuvaki out. We'll try and bring another, let's just bring some Sissy over here. And although they don't have the long range, because they are double vet and they are recon, the extra vet does allow them to see even further. So here comes the Tetrarch in the 500 meter range. Out come the Lati for this kill. Shame. They got killed before they could do their job. Okay, fine. Sometimes that happens. All I do now is I just bring them back. So, this kind of squad is not, it's not a full combat squad. It's not meant to be used to just sit there and shoot. You bring it out when you can use it, and then you put it back away when you're not using it. But what I will do is I'll bring it down this way. These buildings are actually quite well hidden and protected. If I can get them into this building, they can kill the Tetrarch. So I'll just press Q and ask them to go to that building. I think I did bring another Lati already, another Jakari here. Do have the Pansari Kauhu Okay. And the Jakari here are actually pretty unmolested, so I'm going to try moving them up if I can. Move the Raappana up here. You know, essentially the principle here is that you don't let your opponents take a breather. You don't want them to have time to reinforce, to feel secure, to to be able to think clearly. So you're always pressuring them. Okay, the air landing is dead. We move the Jakari up. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to bring some more Jakari in advance. So they're not dead yet. I do already still have, you know, a bunch of units here. Fine, that's great. But I will probably still need more eventually. Let's bring, let's put some artillery in here, and maybe another one here. Actually, I'm going to move this one. This is a bad position. You know, the general principle that you want to apply here is that you don't put your artillery near the roads that reinforcements are going to use to come down. Because then if there's a counter battery order and artillery starts shooting at where your artillery is, they can accidentally kill, you know, infantry and transports or something else that are also coming down this road. So that's the kind of best practice, is to not do that. So it looks like I've got a good advantage here. I'm going to keep advancing with these Jakari. Send these ones forward as well. Maybe send one over there. Send one into the forest here. We can see the line is receding here. So what I'm also going to do is, and in anticipation of taking this, I'm going to bring an anti-tank gun just into its transport here. And then I'll move it up manually. So these two Jakari also go over here. And this is quite a strong position we have so far. Bring those up. This might be a vehicle of some kind. So what I can do is I can use my Lottie. Let's see. It's gonna shoot at my Lottie now. Hopefully they don't lose a guy. They might lose a guy. It's okay, they still 3 killed them. Right. Good. Okay, forwards and forwards. But the Raappana are the general line infantry. They're good at standing still and shooting with their rifles and their automatic rifle, which is like a machine gun. Jakari with the Molotovs are good at the close combat work. That looks like a truck. I think that's an AA truck. Yeah, it's a Dushka truck. Okay. So we've got a nice strong position here on this hill, actually. I don't think I really need to help much more with that. I'll move my stuff up anyway. Try to spread everything out. Yeah. And all my units over here have died. What I might do is, I'm not sure what the anti-air is like over here, but I'll buy a couple of Blenheims. They're pretty cheap, they have good resilience, and I'll go for these anti-infantry guns here and see how they do at that. If only something would give me vision. Okay. Not being shot down is a good sign. Press V to make them fall back. Press V to make this one also fall back. Don't have any vision to see whether they're gonna kill. Oh, definitely got one kill there. Okay. Alright, that's just fine. Gonna advance this Raappana down here. And once more, no points yet, but then once more reinforce this area with another infantry gun, another anti-tank gun. Because you use infantry for the close quarters, but this giant open area here, they're not gonna be, you know, super helpful. In fact, I might just put them here. Because the Raappana are line infantry. I don't really want them going into close quarters. Like if there's a flamethrower troop in there, or there's a a grenade troop in there, then the Raappana will lose that fight. What I can do though is bring some Sissy with their snipers. They are really, really nice. My 2 guns here can come over into the forest here. From this forest here, they can actually shoot down onto the roads here, which is a really nice position for them. But I don't need these Jakari here anymore. And just in case somebody thinks to bomb this area, I'm not going to clump them up. I'm going to spread them out as much as I can. And we have a huge, huge advantage at the moment. I think this game might be over sooner rather than later. Although this town does look a little bit thin on the front. So I can reinforce this. Maybe there's enough anti-tank here. Just a little bit of infantry to hold the line. Could throw some infantry into this forest here to go and do something. Let's put a couple of Jakari, maybe Tank and Toy Junta. Okay. So what's coming? Sissy, Raappana. Can move this up, move the leader up here. So I'm not sure what exactly happened here on the Allied side, but it almost feels like there is no pushback at all. I wonder whether some of... Oops, that's a... That wasn't an anti-infantry gun. I looked at the picture and I thought it was an anti-infantry gun. It's actually my artillery gun, and I do not want it on the front lines. That would be a very, very poor place for it. This is also another artillery gun. Let's move it up. And maybe I'll bring another Sissy into this church here. Because not only can they snipe and use their 1000 meter LMG, they can also provide sight and radio. Okay, let's get this one here. That's fine. Can put this one here. Sissy have arrived. Let's take them there. Let's put another infantry gun over here. And there's a Flak 41 there. Is there any anti-air over in this side? There's a Flak Panzer T-34. So what I can do here is, between the Flak 41 and the T-34, I can put another anti-air gun maybe over here somewhere. So I'm just looking at, you know, the units that my allies have brought and checking. Oh, there's 2 Flak 41s. Okay. I missed that second one. So I'm just looking at what units my allies have brought, and I'm trying to fill in the gaps, so to speak. So let's get these artillery units and put them to some good use. First thing, of course, is control group them before you use them. And let's start by bombarding. Yeah, this Polson sounds like a good choice. Of course, you can kind of blind fire maybe into these forests, and you know, in the past I have done that sometimes, but I'm just not sure as to exactly how effective it is. I could choose to bombard this air landing here, but if you look at all the infantry that are kind of assaulting this area here, by the time my artillery fires, they will be dead, and probably my artillery is going to start landing on my allied infantry, which is, you know, not exactly what I want to do. Just looking for another target. Okay, now we see the Zen artillery coming into this forest here. This will be a great place to shoot. I don't know if he's going to sit at the front or back, so I'm going to try and bombard both. Something of mine died. And I missed what it was again. Okay, all good. Can even try to move one of my own Jakari down, because why sit up here doing nothing? Alright, and this building on the right on the edge here would actually be really, really nice for some recon. So I'll bring my sissy down here. My infantry on this side has arrived, so let's... Pretty sure I clicked on the Jakari, but okay. What is it that I asked to move all the way down there? Let's not do that. Okay, so send the Jakari in. I thought I ordered more than one, maybe I didn't. Take a couple more down. And there does seem to be a more kind of concerted push here now. I don't want my sissy just to die to a T-34-85. Do need some more anti-tank on this side, that's for sure, but you know, looking at them pushing so far ahead, the thing that comes to mind is that they're probably not going to have anti-air support. So I could probably kill this T-34-85 with my rocket plane, and I could use my bombers just to kill these infantry units coming as well. 10 more points and I will send another small rocket plane. So let's see, here we go. Rockets away. Hits the T-34 to apparently 0 effect, but I've still got another one. Blenheim's bombs away. Strokey DP. Dead. Okay, perfect. Second rocket plane coming in, bring the infantry gun up here. Rocket plane, second rocket plane, please do your job. Okay, and please run away home. Okay. Lovely, and there we go. All that has been taken care of. Now there is some anti-air, it seems, right here. I don't actually have the radio zone over that to allow my artillery to get that, you know, increased accuracy. So I'm going to bring another sissy here with a radio, specifically to do that. Let's throw these Jakari up into the forest here. Make sure that they're not running along the edge here, where units over here will shoot at them. It's going to be like a kind of a fine balancing act here, trying to run them through the center. I'm not sure how well it will go, but we'll see. 3 against me, your ass. Whatever that means. Okay, and these Sapiri now are gonna get poofed by this infantry gun. Sissy has arrived. Now I can use... Oh, my Sissy still doesn't quite have that range. Let's put the Sissy over here. Okay, you stop. Don't need to see everything. Now I think can also kill this Zis too. Not the most accurate of shots, that one. But it'll get there eventually. There's that Zen artillery that I wanted to kill. Where's it going? They're bringing it out into the open. That's not exactly the best location. What I'll do is I'll also bring another artillery gun right behind here. Okay. Looks like this Jakari got absolutely wrecked. Understandably. It ran out into the open. It was just like a test. That was the sacrificial scout. Now what I might also want to do over here is bring an anti-tank gun. Just sit it so it can see down the road here. Check this side. Can bomb this one. Just a little bit short. So you see here, if you select the building sometimes, it's just outside of your radio range. Oh, they're moving, so I'm gonna cancel that. Press E to stop that aiming. Now another thing I can do is just bring maybe a couple of infantry guns to also shoot down here. Okay, here we go. So the Sissy, the anti-infantry gun. I have another Sissy here that also has a sniper, can do the same thing. Now these Zen artilleries have stopped moving. We can try to just target the ground and not the Zen artillery, so that they do benefit from that increased accuracy. Don't know why my artillery back here died. Maybe it got counter-batteried. No problem, I have another one. And I'm just going to add it to the control group first. Okay. Second artillery can fire on this Zenart. Alrighty. All good so far. All good enough. Maybe another anti-tank gun over here would be useful. Maybe even an anti-infantry gun over here would be a nice touch. Let's bring that out, and maybe also an anti-tank gun. Okay. Sissy are here that I forgot about. They probably arrived about 5 minutes ago. So in come some CMPs. They are getting shot by this sniper here, so they can't even, you know, they can't bring the trucks even down the road. They can't try to deploy aggressively, even with the smoke, because the lines of fire are still going around the smoke. So this is an important part of having multiple directions that your units can fire from. Down goes an air landing. Once this smoke disappears, the Sissy will also be firing. Just gotta wait a few seconds for that, but so far this double sniper team is just ruining their day. Ruining. Oh dear. That was... I'll be honest, that was hard to watch. So my artillery looks like it has been doing a nice job. I'll get both of them to shoot this last Zen artillery, and once that one is also suppressed, I can bring in rocket planes maybe to target this IS-2. Okay, and the Sissy here doing a very nice job of killing the infantry hiding in the buildings here. So they have a 1,000-meter range, whereas the Sapiri only have, let's check their weapons. They have some rifles and a machine gun, but their range is going to extend out to 750 meters only. Sissy is taking fire from this IS-2, I think. Let's see if I can make them fall back before they die too much. And maybe bring another backup just in case. A lot of artillery coming down, but the artillery isn't going to take the objectives for them. Okay, this is fine so far. So far, a pretty reasonable setup. Let's say there. Alright, there we go. So the Zen artillery is falling back now. What I'll do is I'll try and see if these two rocket planes can be nasty to this IS-2 Komroti. I have a sneaking suspicion though that that some of the other Bofors will be ready, but we'll see. Let's see. Here they come. Rockets away, rockets away. Yep, didn't get it. There is the anti-air, so we can get right away shooting on that. Lost a plane. Kind of expected it. They are kind of fragile. Bring out another artillery. Get this one to shoot into here. And this is going to be a very, very quick win. Sometimes you win quick, sometimes you lose quick. That's the nature of the game. Sissy again, shooting at the Peri, hiding in the buildings. Might get the kill before the end of the match. 30 seconds for it. Come on. Come on, Sissy. One more kill. One more sniper kill. Still nothing. Just one man hiding in the building here. There we go. There's the kill. Actually running out of ammo here on its 1000-meter machine gun. So this is like, they have a lot of anti-air, and I think actually they have a lot of artillery, but the anti-air and the artillery has to support your ground units, and it's your ground units that are gonna hold, the objectives. So you can't play most of the time just with, an anti-air focus or an artillery focus, because then the rest of your team isn't going to be supported in taking those objectives. So let's have a look. Okay. So 1000 kills and 600 losses. Snipers here doing a real good job. The Blenheims both getting 2 kills each. Great use out of them, but I think I did lose one to all that anti-air that was there. I did get an anti-air kill with one of the artillery. And the snipers again here with 3 air landing kills. Oof. That's very efficient. And these Taka and Pujas, they're a double sniper. So they have 2 guys, but each guy has a sniper rifle. And you see it here, you see it here. And in the right situation, they just tear soft targets apart. They really tear them apart. They are absolutely deadly. And especially if you can get them into a nice location with good line of sight with 1000 meters, right at the start where the infantry are coming in their transports, you can really put the hurt onto some units. That was kind of short, so what I'm going to do is have a quick look at the losses here. Nothing particularly special here. Did lose both of those fragile rocket planes to the Zen artillery. Expected. See if I can jump into another 10v10. What's this one? This is the Chinese team. I don't want to play against them when they're all playing together on voice chat. That's usually a pretty easy way to lose. Debriefing, I think, means the game is just about to finish. Oh, it's already finished. I would like to be on Axis to get those Raappana plays going. Let's see. Let's wait a few seconds and while waiting, have a look at the battle group again. There it is. Okay. So, I've said before that Raappana actually gets a lot of what you might call unicorn units. And what I'll do is I'll try to see if I can show you what I mean by that. I think this is a good example. So this anti-tank gun has heat shells, AP shells, and HE shells. Actually, its HE capabilities, in terms of like killing soft targets, killing infantry, killing other anti-tank guns, is actually pretty good. It doesn't have you might notice that some guns, such as this anti-infantry gun, it has 1500 meter range, okay, 20% accuracy, 12 rounds a minute. Let's compare this one to the other one, okay? So 20, 1500, 12. 22, 1500, 12. Now, the weakness of this in terms of using it just purely as an anti-infantry gun or as a HE gun is that it only has 12 shells. So it does actually have better accuracy, and the shell it uses doesn't have a a slow flight time. You might notice sometimes when people use infantry guns that when they fire the shell, it kind of floats through the air, going for a long time before it actually lands. But this one doesn't do that. It fires its shells, its HE shells, like an anti-tank gun would, which is direct and fast. And so, overall, you can get your effect from the HE shell sooner rather than later. And there is a nice 2% increase in the accuracy. So it does this job of anti-infantry and killing soft targets really well, but if it survives, you'll probably need a supply truck to actually give it some HE shells back so that it can keep doing that. But what it does really is it provides this nice kind of omni role of being able to sit somewhere hidden, and if you need it to kill some half tracks, it can kill some half tracks, and it can do it up to 1500-meter range. That's only 60 millimeters of penetration, which is not so great. It's quite bad, but that can still kill actually quite a lot of medium tanks if you get a side shot, if you get a flanking shot. And it does come with 6 heat shells with 90 millimeters of penetration, but the drawback being that the accuracy is only 30%, still only 35% on the AP shells, but for each time they fire, actually the guns do get increased accuracy. So after the first shot it will be higher than 35%, and after the second shot it will be higher than that again. So it's not like it's always going to miss, 2 out of 3 shots. It doesn't work that way. So that's one of the unicorn units that I kind of mean when I talk about Raappana. The double sniper would be another one. But what I'll do is I'll come back to this right after I've checked the lobby simulator. See if we can jump into something here. How many 10v10s are running right now? Wow. 3 10v10s are already running. One will be finished in about 15 minutes. Not sure what this one is, if it's about to start or it just finished or what. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. There's nothing to join right now, or not immediately. So I can go back to the division building talk. So where was it? Where was it? I can never find it. Here. So this is kind of like a unicorn unit, as is the double sniper here, which is really nice. You saw it in the last game, absolutely tearing up those infantry squads and making mincemeat of them. Then you also get some really interesting units that, at first glance might not seem to be so great, such as the Sissy Kev here. Now, this is actually the only squad in the whole deck of Raappana that gets 4 of these Suomi KP-31 submachine guns. And it also gets the SVT-40, which is actually a really good rifle. It's semi-automatic, it fires faster, it has pretty decent accuracy, it has a radio, and you need that radio to be able to use your radio artillery to its greatest effect. And these 155mm howitzers, I mean, when you look at the stats and you see 3 rounds a minute, 20% accuracy, you can think they're kind of crappy, but they're not. They're amazing. Now, and especially with the radio, you could see in the past game that the accuracy circle, even quite far away, as long as it's within the radio radius, funny language, English, as long as you're firing within your radio radius, then the accuracy is actually going to be really nice. And it's pretty much, because it's such a high caliber, it's pretty much going to kill things in 2 or 3 hits. And especially if they are direct hits, it will kill pretty much any soft target in 2 hits, maybe 3 if they get lucky. And so it can be, if you have 3 of them and they all fire at once, then whatever they hit is gonna say bye-bye. So this is another kind of unicorn unit, because Raappana can get 4 of these in A phase. It's 155mm. And if you look at other divisions and their heavy artillery, and maybe they also have 150mm artillery, go have a look at those divisions and have a look at what the difference is in availability. Now this has 4 available in A. For any other division, you would get maybe 1 available in A. Raappana can bring 4 available in A. What that allows you to do is it allows you to put the card in A and start bringing them out immediately and start putting them to use immediately with the combined effect of the radios from your sissy, your 2 different kinds of sissy, and they compound away at either strong points where your opponents have put anti-tank guns or anti-infantry guns, or like last game, if your opponents are buying a lot of anti-air, you can pound away at that anti-air and make them disappear. Once the anti-air is gone, you can then put all your planes to great use. So I'm gonna pop back out again into the multiplayer, see if there's a lobby to join. Still nothing. Bad luck, huh? And there are now four 10v10s running. Are there any Tannenbergs open? Let's see. I do like Tannenberg. Sometimes if you're the first person to join, you can make people join the lobby as well, and so I'll give that a go as I keep having a little talk about unicorns. Well, the 10v, okay. Okay, so I've talked about the double sniper, I've talked about the sissy Kev. We can also have a look at the normal sissy, so the sissy with no Kev. Now this is a 7-man squad that has a sniper rifle and has a 100% unique weapon, which is this 1000 meter range machine gun. No other unit in the game has a 1000 meter range machine gun, only 750 meters. If we look at, say, the Raappana automatic rifle, 750. If we have a look at the Kivari with the DP28, range 750. So the sissy are actually completely unique in this regard in having a 1000 meter range machine gun. And that's along with their sniper rifle, which also has 1000 meter range. And so they can do so much. They're a 7-man squad, which means that they're not going to die easily, or they're not just going to disappear when something bombs them or they get shot by something, unlike the let's say the Taka and Puja here, which is only a 2-man squad and will kind of disappear into dust once something targets it. So we have the sissy, they have a sniper, it's only 1 sniper compared to 2, but still that's pretty good. They come at double vet, so you can bring these even in A, and you could bring 4 of them with double vet. And we see then the accuracy of the sniper rifle is up to 87%, the rate of fire is up to 16 rounds a minute, and if you're not aware of the other benefits of having veterancy, they also include things like damage resistance, reduced suppression. Lots of nice things come from veterancy. And generally the way it's balanced is that if you are using higher veterancy, then the availability tends to go down quite significantly. So we can see that when we look at, say, if we use the Raappana as an example here. If we bring no veterancy in A, we can have 9, 1 is 6, double is 3. So we're going down by, a third each time. Or in this case, from 1 to 2, we're going down by 50%. So it's quite a significant drop-off. And if you want to bring them in A with double vet, you would only get 3. And this is just a standard infantry squad. Not so standard, they are nice in having 12 strength. But otherwise you can't get that many of them. However, the sissy can come in A with double vet or availability. They are recon, so they have increased stealth. They have a radio, so they can give you that increased accuracy for your artillery. They have smoke, so they can even you can even use that for some tactical plays. Either they get caught out and you can save them by dropping the smoke so they can't get shot, or you can block off some roads so that you can bring troops down that way without them getting shot as well. So there are a lot of kind of uses for the Sissy here. So for only 30 points with double vet and 4 available in A, you get 2 cards of them. I'm not using both cards, I know, shoot me. I'm talking about how great they are and I don't even bring them all, but such is life. And I think that's probably because the Sissy Kev can be brought in A at double vet with 6 availability rather than 4, and the Sissy Sniper can actually, the same thing can be done by these Tarka and Puja, and I have both of those on the motorbike so they arrive faster than the Sissy, which can only come in a truck. So look at the difference, 75 versus 90. These are the units that can get into those kind of forward positions to get those sneaky transport snipes before people are aware really of what's happening and unload their infantry. Check the lobby simulator. Okay, I am encouraging people to join now, it seems. And just check to see if there are any other... Did I literally just miss this lobby fill up in 2 minutes while I was talking? That is the worst. Whenever I look at the menu, there are no 10v10s. Whenever I come back to the menu, there are 10v10s, but they're full. Somebody do something to fix my bad luck, please. Well, maybe the Tannenberg lobby will fill up now. Seems to be quite a popular time to play at the moment. Or you can keep having a look at some of the other units. I've talked about most of them. Let's see. Can never find it. There we go. Okay, so we've got the excellent selection of recon troops here. Do also have the Rajakari, which are also very nice in a pinch. If you need some extra CQC infantry, they do come with the Molotov cocktail and 3 of these Suomi submachine guns. And this kind of weapon itself is kind of like also a unicorn, in that it's the only submachine gun in the game with a 150 meter range. It doesn't seem like that's like such a big thing, but in the right situation, it's pretty huge. If you do get a situation where, say, you want your Rajakari to fight another CQC infantry squad that have only 100 meter range submachine guns, then, as they are closing that distance, your Rajakari will be able to shoot once they enter that 150 meters, whereas the other squad with the 100 meter guns can't shoot. And moving, actually, when infantry are moving, they take extra damage. And so enemy squads can just be deleted in that small distance, in that 50 meters between 150 and 100. These submachine guns with their extra range can actually delete enemy infantry squads in that very short distance, just under the right circumstances. And you'll see that most of the infantry in Raappana do get these special Suomi submachine guns. The Jakari get them, the Ratsuvaki get them, the leaders get them. Wrong tab there. Ratsu Pioneers get them. The Siouxsie Pioneers also get them. All of the infantry that I have in my infantry tab get this special submachine gun, and you can't always put it to great use like that, but the times when you can, you appreciate it. So that's the kind of the unicorn submachine gun that they get. And they also get this nice large squad of a Panzerschreck squad, Now most other divisions, they actually only get this, the two-man team with the Panzerschreck. And being a two-man team, you know, just like the double sniper, just like the two-man flamer team some divisions get, it's really easy to kill them. You know, one bomb and they're gone. One big boom and they're gone. That's it. You know, one small engagement against other infantry and they're gone. And you can't use them. All infantry will tend to get caught out and shot at some point. And so using them when they're only strength 2 becomes much more tricky than if you have a squad that is strength 10 with the same, you know, weapon, with the Panzerschreck. So then, okay, you might ask, why do I bring the two-man squad in A rather than these apparently superior tank and toy junta? And the reason actually is just the price difference. And, you know, considering that it's just a 10-minute gap from A phase to B phase once the tank and toy junta become available, I just want something that is going to be cheap, can be maybe in the back lines, and then if there are any half-tracks running through or any tanks running through willy-nilly, I have something there to take care of them. And if you don't have any infantry with these weapons in certain situations, you will really feel that. If you have tanks overrunning all your lines, just going straight past your infantry because your infantry have no anti-tank weapons, you're gonna feel a bit sore about that at some point. We've all been there. We've all done it. We've learned the hard lessons. So now we'll have a look at some of the special airplanes. And Raappana gets an interesting selection of very weak and kind of cheap fighters. And, you know, deciding which ones you're going to bring most of the time comes down, I mean, at least for me, it comes down to the resilience. Can they take at least some hits and get away or not? So for example, the Hawk 75A has medium resilience, can bring 2 in A, great. The VL Mirsky can bring 2 in B, also has medium resilience. Now if we look at, say, the I-153, it's a great tank buster, but it has very bad resilience. And what that means is, like, if anti-air just looks at it wrong, it's going to fall burning out of the sky, basically, and you're going to lose those points. So you have to kind of use these these tank busters, let's call them. You have to use them carefully, and you have to use them, I would say, more defensively. And when your opponents start to push their tanks forward and overextend with their tanks, you know, their tanks get too far away from their AA support, that's when you can bring in these tank busters to just pew pew and take them out without taking the brunt of anti-air. Or you could be sneaky. One sneaky little trick you can do sometimes is if you lead your air assault with a fighter first. So let's say I want to kill a tank with my 153s here. You know, they're just gonna fall out of the sky if they get shot. But if I send a Hawk 75A first ahead of them, the AA is going to focus their attacks onto the Hawk 75A first, and that means that the 153s will be able to approach unmolested, get their rockets off, and then hopefully start retreating. And once they start retreating, maybe they'll take some anti-air fire, but most of it would have been targeted at the 75A first. So this is going to be like face tanking the anti-air so that your tank buster with its very bad resilience can actually take its can shoot its rockets unmolested. Let's just have another quick look at the lobby. I'm afraid that it's going to be empty when I look. This is funny. Full 10 on the Axis side, and nobody wants to play allies. Wow. That's balance, huh? Let's have a look at the lobbies. No, I don't want to be allies. So back to the 10v10. So why does nobody want to play allies these days? Or at least in 10v10, why does nobody want to play allies? Oh, I found it much more quickly that time. So the Raappana tank tab is limited, shall we say. You have one slot and you can take the T26B either 9 at 1 vet or 6 at 2 vet, and you don't really have that much use for these. I mean, they can be don't get me wrong, they can be a really great support tool in that they can support your infantry in terms of killing half-tracks, killing SBWs or recon vehicles, but fighting other tanks most of the time is not going to go well for them because they only have 15mm of frontal armor. So they have about as much armor as a piece of paper, and so that's why they die quite easily. Even just anti-tank rifles will kill them from the front. So most of the time, it's hard to find a good use for the T26Bs. You know, if you want to kill tanks, you're probably going to get better results from using an anti-tank gun or maybe rocket planes. If you want to kill soft targets, you're probably going to get a better result from maybe the infantry gun or, you know, this anti-tank gun here, or even the 122mm here. They actually are fairly solid at killing soft targets with their HE shells, but the accuracy is not fantastic. Alright, that's enough talking all about Raappana. My voice is running out from the constant words. But fortunately, filling this lobby, or joining this lobby first by myself, has turned out fairly well. 13 people. I think for this game, you know, I do like to take this right-hand side of the map here, but I think once this one loads, maybe I'll try a different area, because, you know, depending on the terrain and what's there changes what units you bring out. So what I'll try to do is I'll take one of the different areas, not the center area, because it's just a huge artillery zone, to be honest. If you want to play in the center, just buy artillery and just keep shooting into the forest, and you'll win that kind of fight, if I'm honest. It's quite binary. But what I'll do is maybe I'll take one of these zones here in the right middle, or maybe in the left middle here, and you have a lot of kind of, I won't call them hedges, but there are lines of trees, and so you have this interesting kind of dynamic where you get little squares or rectangles of maybe 700 meters or 1,000 meters, maybe 1,500 sometimes. But you have to work within these kind of dynamic ranges that are changing as you go through one line of trees. You stop working within 500, you start working within 1,000. It makes for some interesting plays. If you're wondering what I like to drink, it's Dr. Pepper. Okay, so I'll just do a quick check, make sure I have everything that I want. Because I remember I did make some changes earlier, I think. Machine guns in B. That's fine. I mean, okay, there's another point I guess I can make, which is that, and this is purely like a kind of deck building thing, which is that you don't bring units just to be used in that phase. So maybe maybe I bring these units in A or these units in A. It doesn't mean I want to bring all 6 in A. What it means is I want these units available in A, or starting in A, I want to have them available. And hopefully the quantity is still enough to carry me through B and C as well. But I want immediately to have these things available in A. Whereas, you know, if we look at some other things, it's starting now, such as this anti-air. I have a little bit of anti-air available in A, but I want the quantity. There's only one card of these available. So I would much rather have the quantity by putting them in a later phase. Excuse me. So finally we have begun. I apologize on behalf of Eugen for the long wait. I did not make this game. So, left or right? Earlier today I played Pencerna on the right side, so maybe this time I'll try and play on the left side, the left middle area. So no giant swathes of heavy forest to hide in, but definitely lots of tree lines. I think there are some buildings there. And the area I'm talking about is around here. So on this side, okay. So there are some built-up areas, let's say some villages. And really what I always think of first is, where can I put some snipers to get some cheeky kills? And this looks like a really nice one to take, the double sniper. So it's going to go down here into this building. Any other, you know, transports that try to come down this road are going to get torn apart. And I'll throw a Lati into the building behind him, just in case then there are half tracks. Snipers won't kill half tracks, but the Lati will. And then I'll throw Panzerschreck. Wow, a lot of people are leaving the game already, huh? I'll throw a Panzerschreck into the building there as well. Really all that is I have the sniper first. Any soft transports coming through, sniper kills them. Sniper can't kill them because it's a half track. The Lati kills them. Lati can't kill them because it's a tank. Then if they come close enough, then the Panzerschreck can kill them. So you got 1, 2, 3. Something that can take out each of the different kinds of enemies that might come down this road. Now, that also in mind, what I might want to do is, though the line of sight in these trees is pretty bad, huh? So I might want to put some infantry into here. Just some standard infantry, not CQC infantry. Maybe 1, 2, maybe 3. Another thing I could do is, so I'll tap those and unload. I could put an infantry leader right behind my little sneaky setup of 3 units here. And that's going to take the double sniper to 3 vet, so even further increased accuracy and why is everyone leaving? One on our team, 1, 2, 3. Wow, like half the allied team has left already. Never mind, no big deal. Have a look at this road here. What I might do is stick an anti-tank gun in here. That looks like a nice line of sight. A lot of the time when I play Raappana, I like to play in a kind of let's say welcoming embrace kind of play style. Set up defensively because they are very, very good at defense. And then just let the units come to you. Wow. Wow, look at that. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players left. Never mind, it's still a fair opportunity. Hello, QQ Taser, nice to see you again. So let's see how this setup goes. So nothing coming down the road yet. Oh, there we go. What is that? That looks like a jeep. Sniper does get the transport snipe on that one. That was very, very nice. That's a high value target. The 40mm Bofors. Down that one goes. This is looking bad. Here we go. So now we have the Morris LRC, which actually does have armor. So what I can do is I can take my sniper out. The Morris then might actually decide that it's going to come down here where my Lati can kill it. So far not yet. Oh dear. Oh dear, there's a lot of Morris there. Yep, pin down those. Do have my anti-tank gun here. Anti-tank gun is going to take care of these Morris LRC. If the half-tracks come down here, the Lati will take care of that. Have my Ratsuvaki hiding in the back of the forest here. Not going to reveal them yet because the half-tracks would be able to shoot them while not being able to shoot back. Down goes the sniper, but let's just bring another one out, should be fine. Bring out another anti-tank gun in advance of this one dying like that because of the Cromwell over here. And it looks like nobody deployed here, so what I might do is bring out something here. I'm not sure what, it seems risky to deploy into this forest at the moment, but I'll give it a go. And the Pack 177 here, doing a very nice work. Thank you, QQ Taser, for your support. So we see here there is kind of like a big offensive, and I'm just letting my opponents, you know, come to me. Come into the welcoming embrace. Right, here we go. We've got the anti-tank gun back. Bring the sniper back, see if we can get him back into this building here. Or even just try to bring another one down because they are so nice. I'll bring another anti-tank gun in advance as well. Maybe I'll even try to see if I can put a couple of these into here. And the flashing cards here with the units means they're hidden. They haven't been revealed. So from the Allied perspective, it doesn't seem like there's anything here, or maybe there might not be anything in these buildings. They don't know. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Of course, from a player perspective, you should always assume that there is something there. Okay, let's undo this one, see if we can send him over here. And yes, there are a lot of half-tracks here, so these two small caliber anti-tank guns will be a really nice choice just to bring out of here and start killing them. I'm going to put him on return fire because I don't want him to to reveal himself just shooting a one-man Saperzi squad. So I'll put this one here and put this one over here. Then I'll try to bring them out both at the same time and kill these half-tracks. This one, I'm going to take off the efficient shot and turn the heat shells off because I don't want it to use heat shells. Okay. The best laid plans of mice and men. Never mind, I'll bring them out anyway. Maybe there is a half-track or two left for me to kill. Perhaps. And yes, there is. There's still some half-tracks there, okay. They're shooting at my Raappana. My Raappana is going to do the good job of showing me where they are. And the anti-tank gun now is going to kill them. Nope, it's going to miss. Second one comes out. Okay, there we go. There's one down. Get the second kill. Nope, still missed. Oh boy. Who hired these guys, huh? There we go. Okay. So it seems like I could even move these Raappana into the town quite freely. So I'll try to do that. See if I can reinforce maybe a couple of Jakari into here. And some anti-tank infantry. Maybe Lati. Let's see how that goes. So there is a Cromwell 6 here, but if we press C over it, we can see what it sees. See what it sees. So we see it does have like this small kind of avenue of sight down down onto the road. Yep, out come the infantry. My pack guns should be able to help with that because they do have HE shells. There we go. Morris LRC gets taken out over there. That's very good as well. So, you know, I'm not just advancing purely with infantry. What I'm trying to do here is advance with the infantry while they are also supported by, you know, different kinds of guns that can do different kinds of things. So I was talking earlier about how these anti-tank guns are kind of unicorns. That's because they can fire both HE shells and anti-tank shells. They can do both things at the same time. Ooh, that was lucky. Let's see if the Jakari Jakari got through as well. And so now I do seem to have a foothold in this town. Not a super great one, but it is a foothold. To take care of this 17-pounder over here, what I could do is I could either use some anti-infantry guns here that would be in range. Okay, the half-track coming down hopefully will get killed by my anti-tank guns here. Let's see. There we go. Exactly what I wanted them for. Bring out the Cromwell will do nasty damage to them if I let it. So this is the micro aspect. It's gonna shoot, but as long as I move my gun before it can do too much, it's not gonna be a super huge issue. If the Cromwell does come down here, this anti-tank gun should be able to take it out. Got a turret stuck, and these two will take it out, I think. Yes, very nice, okay. So now what I'll do is I'll try to lead an assault here with my Jakari. Jakari have the Molotov cocktails, they also have Panzerfausts. So no matter what they encounter, whether it's infantry, they'll throw the Molotov. If it's a vehicle, they'll have the Panzerfaust. You know, they have multiple options for taking out different kinds of units. So here we are. They meet a Saperzi squad. Saperzi, I think, have flamethrowers, these ones. Jakari can throw Molotov cocktails. Okay. Keep going. Go to the next one. We go into here. Saperzi are falling back. Okay. So far, so good. Could bring some, maybe a sniper into this church here. Could be a good goodbye. Not a good goodbye like hello goodbye, but a good purchase. So see this steward is shooting at my Jakari here. If I jump him out of the building, it won't be able to keep doing that. And all I do now is I tell him to get into a different building. where maybe the steward can't see him. Okay, this is going just fine. There's a tank here. Tanks, unfortunately, if they aren't supported by infantry, they have absolutely terrible vision. Now, although I do have Jakari, what I really need is these rocket guys, these Panzerschrecks, because they do have the range to kill this Cromwell, whereas my Jakari do not. But I'll still move some up there. Maybe I'll move one of these, let's say here. That looks like a... Now I'm choosing this spot here. You can see this like cone of vision, but really what that means is like units that come down here will be able to shoot at them, whereas everything else outside of that cone will not be able to shoot at the Ratsuvaki. Please make it into the church unmolested. Okay, okay, that's nice. Beautiful. And now we see a lot of things. This, whatever it is going to be gone very soon, and jump the sniper out of the church before anything can return fire. So I got that kill, I think. I think it died. But the sniper was revealed. So what I do is I jump the sniper out of the church, move it back to a different building where it can't be seen, can't be shot. After a few, let's say maybe 5 seconds, when it's going to be unrevealed again, then I can jump it back into the church and just repeat the same thing again, essentially. Forgot about my infantry gun here, which I will move up, and I wonder if I can hide it a little bit. Yep, that would be a nice position. I'm not moving these units up, I'm just keeping them there as a kind of reserve force, or as a just in case kind of thing. Now this left side is not looking very healthy, if I'm honest. What I might do over here is have a look at what kind of units are being sent, which is quite a lot of soft units. Send maybe, let's see, what's the range? Now why isn't my anti-tank gun shooting this tank? I don't know, but I can move this one out to do just that. And I can even bring another anti-infantry gun over here to start shooting at these ones. What would also be very nice, I think, would be a Sissy. Down goes the T-34-76, okay. What is the infantry gun shooting at now? This is what I meant here about the kind of slow-moving, arcing shells. That's the difference between the Unicorn unit, the 75mm here, and the typical anti-infantry gun here. So let's see, let's try and move this rocket launcher infantry up here. Let's bring another one into here. Maybe a couple more Jakari, just in case. And let's see, what else could we bring here? Okay. Yep, you come over here. Sissy unload. And Sissy also come over here. So this Cromwell 7 actually has 120mm of frontal armor. It's not that easy to kill. What I could use to kill it, maybe, is a couple of these very light planes. Let's see how much anti-air there is in these regards. What I did here was I clicked both on the left side and on the right side, and then right-clicked onto the Cromwell so that the planes come from 2 different directions. That way, even if one does get shot by anti-air, okay, I'm gonna bring both of them back now, because it's risky to subject it to too much fire. Okay, let's send this Jakari out here. Let's send this one up here too. I think I do have a couple more coming. Yep. Okay. There's that Superior unit. I can put my sniper back into the church here. Might be able... I think they're just out of range of being able to support and kill that Druzhnia brand, but we'll see. Okay, they can at least shoot at this one. That's just fine. Still good enough. Send Ratsuvaki. Send another Jakari up here. Another Ratsuvaki maybe out here. Okay. Good, good, good. No problem so far. What I can also do is buy a couple of artilleries. Let's say one behind the trees here. And one behind the trees here. I do have my Sissy providing radio range, and what I'll do then is I'll just bombard this forest so that we can take this objective back. Okay. Take these out. They should be able to snipe these Druznia if they get a little bit closer. There we go. That's what I wanted. Who's shooting the Ratsuvaki? Is that Stewart? Do I have anything to kill that Stewart? I guess I could just bring an anti-tank gun into the town. Okay. And first things first, I think there was something maybe over here. Ally is bringing some units in over here. This one, that's close enough, and I'm gonna control group it again, so let's use control 1. This one's already aiming, and this one can shoot at this part of the forest. And how is this doing now? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the sniper back into the church here. Although it is fantastic at killing soft targets, also the vision can be quite an important aspect as well. Let's bring this one out a little bit. I can bring this one over here. This one to the tip of the forest. Just the tip. I think I have a fairly solid hold on this town at the moment. Can bring these infantry over to here. Could do maybe with some more normal line infantry, such as the Ratsuvaki, or alternatively a couple of machine guns would serve the same purpose. Now that's Stewart. What I'll do is I'll just deploy this gun right here. About now. Yep, that's it. Should be able to kill that Stewart. Okay. Yep, one shot, one hit, second shot, and done. Achilles is a great anti-tank, tank destroyer, but it's not so great at killing soft targets, so I'd say this is in favor of my anti-tank gun. 2 misses. 2 vet and 2 misses, that's just unacceptable. Bailed out. Nice, okay. That is acceptable. You've been redeemed in my eyes. There we go, okay. I'll just keep this here for now. Alternatively, I could move it a little bit back behind the buildings here to protect it, or to, keep it just from being shot randomly. Let's see. So now that I've successfully, taken this town and reinforced it, I'm fairly confident about my ability to hold it. Now I need to look at, like, what's the next area I kind of leapfrog to. And so, this forest here would be a good choice, because then having both the town on the left and this forest on the right, you can provide converging lines of fire against this road that comes down here, and then control this objective. So what I might try to do is get some Sissy, maybe some anti-tank guns and anti-infantry guns into the forest here. But I think first I'll have to get something into these buildings here to provide fire against these, and then leapfrog into there. So a couple of small leapfrogs before going for the big leapfrog. Let's take one of these. I'm not using deploy order because I just want them to fast move. So the Sissy, anti-tank. Bring the anti-infantry, maybe an MG as well. Stick these MGs on the edges of the town so they can do what I want them to. Even try moving some of the Ratsuvaki here that are already here. Even if they do get caught out and maybe they do get killed, because it's just one infantry squad, it's not going to be a huge issue, So you see, we have this kind of, it's like growing a tree. You make sure you're strong, and then you just keep growing. You move further up. Maybe you let your opponents come to you, make them lose a bit, and you keep building up your forces. and then you see if you can just move into, you know, the next area. I see my anti-infantry gun here is actually even running out of ammo. It's been so effective, so I'll bring a truck along to do something for it. So let's see, it looks like there's a lot of infantry in here. What I could do is, using my control group of artillery, I can start bombarding this forest, and that'll be some nice support for my ally here. The Raappana did make it into the forest here. The machine gun is doing its job. The sniper recon is also doing its job by spotting these units, you see. But I did notice, or I do notice now, that I am missing something, which is a radio unit. So I'll bring another sissy into the town. See if I can get these guys into here. Put this sissy into the building here. And I'm going to quickly press 1 and E and stop my artillery from firing on this forest because it's already been taken. Instead, I'll re-aim, let's say, at these buildings, maybe one into this forest here. And that way, if there's anything hiding in the buildings, it's going to be some supporting fire. And these units that are, you know, falling back into the forest are then also going to start receiving this artillery fire as well. Okay, these should be arriving soon, that's fine. Sissy actually can't do so much from here, so I'm just going to move him out. Okay, definitely unload these now. Put the main anti-tank gun facing the road. Take the unicorn off to the right side, and also the infantry gun into the middle, and the machine gun to the right. Raappana can stay there as a line holder. And then once this is secure, then it will be leapfrogging either towards this forest or this forest, but with the idea of taking this objective here. And generally, a lot of the time, you're not going, you know, even if you can brute force your way into an objective, a lot of the time that won't be enough to hold it. What you need is some strong supporting positions behind the objective that you want to take in order to keep firing on it, to keep destroying units, so that you can take and hold the objective rather than just take it temporarily and then, you know, fall apart whenever something looks at you wrong. So I've got some units into the forest here, and so far, nope, that's not the position I wanted for this. Let's bring it over here. Machine gun does have eyes. Sissy has eyes. Artillery, let's see, this one can stop because there's obviously nothing there anymore. Fire into the edge of this forest here, or alternatively, I could even fire on the reinforcement road here, which my anti-tank gun and infantry guns are now doing. So this is preventing them from deploying forwards in any kind of manner. Now, for taking this forest here, I think I do already have enough infantry. I'm just worried about this left side here, because if I send infantry out, anything over here is going to be able to get, you know, flanking shots on them. So I think what I might need is, I might need to bring my anti-tank gun out. I was hiding it behind the buildings here. Kill this Cromwell. And then maybe also bring another infantry gun into the town as well. And that way then they should be able to fire on anything that's coming down on this side. Let's see, here's my anti-tank gun. Might be able to get the kill on this Cromwell, let's see. Yes, okay, beautiful. So now I feel a bit more confident about my ability to move forwards here. So what I might do is I might just take these Jakari and these Jakari and move this one up, send them up into the forest as a kind of tester. And my other Jakari here forwards by a few more Jakari. Artillery does seem to be doing its job there, okay. Now this is actually, you know, quite a long range, and as I was saying before, you know, Raappana doesn't have super great anti-tank capabilities except in these artillery units with the HE shells. So what I'll do is I'll actually stick a couple of them into this forest here, and then, you know, even if some heavier tanks do come down this road, I will have some kind of option available to take care of them, you know, especially if it's something like this KV-85 here. Okay, there's a Druze near there, that's fine. fine, I understand that. Let's put the sissy in here. Jakari, a couple of squads of Jakari do make it into the forest here. A little bit weakened. Okay, so far just fine. I'll move my sissy up into one of these buildings here. What I really need now is some more support here really to take out this town. And what I could do actually is just use some of my artillery to bombard it. Buy a couple more of them and bring them a bit closer. This area I would say is fairly safe now. Now I could put both of my artillery units into the same position, but there is sometimes this problem of the AI order of counter battery, which automatically targets your artillery when it fires. And in those cases, then you know both of your units would be subject to that, and you don't want both of them to die to the same barrage. So you have to generally split them up and put them into different positions. So I might just put another one. Still needs to be a safe position, let's say here. Okay. So I can't send these units out, I think, because this Cromwell is too much of a pain at the moment, but it is getting shot by my anti-tank gun. Oof, 1 for 1, okay, fine. But my infantry is ready, and I think I can send them now safely into here, perhaps. Without the Cromwell there to shoot them at range. They should be just fine. What I'll do is I'll grab my artillery now and tell them just to start bombarding this town. So any infantry in there are going to be having a pretty hard time. I'll add this artillery also to my control group. So make sure it's in there. Tab along to it, and let's put let's bomb here. Actually, I don't know if there's something here, but if I look at my Jakari, I kind of measure the distance between where the influence line on my side goes to and how far that is from my Jakari. You know, I could say that's maybe 100 meters. What is killing my things? Anyway, so it's maybe 100 meters. So if we follow that logic, and 100 meters back from that, we could say maybe there's likely to be an enemy infantry unit in here. So all I'll do is I'll send a couple of artillery shells that way, and if there is anything there, it will be softened up, and then it'll be much easier for my Jakari to then come in and just, you know, wipe it clean. Okay, these two guys arrived. Move them over. My 122s also have arrived, and I'll try to keep them a little bit back because they're expensive actually. Don't want to put them like right at the edge here. If you look at the difference in line of sight between the very edge, it goes out to 2,000 meters. If you bring it right back in a bit, you can still get the range you want, which is 1,500 for these units. And then anything further than that won't be able to return fire onto the guns. This one is taking some hits, and I don't want that. Let's see if we can preemptively... Okay, I'm going to stop these from firing before I move my units in, check there's no shell flying through the air, and see if I can send my Jakari along this path here now. Okay, so my 122 is doing a nice job of shooting at these infantry, and we see there's a lot of stuff over there. Okay, they can fall back. What I can do is I can use my artillery and aim in advance, because I think they're going to come this way. I think they're going to come over this way as well. And maybe they'll also come this way. So I'm aiming actually quite far ahead of where I think the infantry are going to go, because, you know, if you watch the aiming bar here, it does take a lot of time to aim. And then it also takes time for the shell to actually, you know, go through the air and land. So you have to you know, pre-aim, so to speak. I'm losing units here, so what I want to do as well is reinforce this tree line here with some more maybe Maybe another anti-tank unit. If I have some anti-infantry howitzers, those would be a good choice as well. And here we go. Here we see the artillery landing perfectly as these infantry try to move into the tree line, because I pre-aimed. I calculated the aiming time and the shell flight time. And there we go. Perfect. 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 Wow. I love these artilleries. I think I did buy a second one. And I'm also going to bring another Jakari out here. I think what I also need over here now as well is a few anti-tank guns. Maybe also some machine guns for those infantry. Because there are a lot of units here. And where is this one? This extra artillery unit I did not add into the control group. And I do want to do that. Press Control 1. Check the ammo on this one. It's getting a bit low. Send out a truck here. Check this one. It is also getting a bit low. Send out a truck here. Don't want them running out of ammo right when I want them to shoot at something. And so this pre-aiming of the artillery here for the infantry moving in is just working perfectly. They can't get into the forest without first getting pinned down. And you know, if they are high in suppression, before they even get there, they're not going to win any infantry fights that they have inside that either. And well, we can see the road here is just an absolute train wreck, thanks to all of these guns in the forests here. That IS-2 is giving me some trouble actually. I wasn't expecting that. But if there isn't any anti-air here, and I have a lot of points, what I could do even is go for a bit of a meme, just hold shift, and start sending out these planes. And let's see. Can get some kills here. Even bring the kind of crappy ones out to do some stuff. Let's see how this goes. So out come all the planes that I spent all my points on, because these are a lot of kind of heavy tanks. First one goes out. I do have Winchester turned off, so I have to manually target that. There goes another one. Here comes another one. Okay, good. Take that off. This one lost its target. Let's see if we can get this one onto the KV-85 or something. Yep, down here. Good. Run away. This one also ran away. Something did die. It was just a transport truck, not a super huge deal. Could do with some more infantry in here, but the Jakari can take care of these Strelki fairly well, I think. Firefly over here. So I'm kind of running out of anti-tank options in some ways. A lot of unit build up here. Okay, I don't want it to go too far out. Can bring one Jakari back over this side. And let's see how this is doing so far. Okay. Bring that out. So even though I am getting quite a lot of kills, not exactly enough. You know, it's still a team game at the end of the day, and you can't just un-team game it, so to speak. But so far, you know, the actual principles involved of, you know, taking control and trying to move forward and reinforcing the different areas to, you know, to get those converging lanes of fire, that's still working out pretty well. And I would say, you know, even if, not even if, but at the end of the game, it's probably going to be over in a few minutes. I don't think Axis will be able to magically win this one. But at the end, should be able to see that I did get a reasonable amount of kills, I think. Losing my anti-tank guns there as well. See if I can get him to fall back without dying. I'm not confident. Okay, my artillery pre-aiming here is preventing any kind of movement down the road. Could change this one. There's no Cromwell there anymore. All I'll do is maybe shoot this one here. all I really have left now for anti-tank are these artillery howitzers. So what I'll do is I've got one here. I've got another one here. What I'll do is I'll send this one out this way. I'll send this one out this way. And hopefully... Okay, yeah, just do a 270-degree turn because that makes sense, apparently, according to the Eugen AI. Okay, here we go. Hopefully can get some kills on these fireflies here. These are expensive units, 120 points they cost. Let's see. Oof, there we go. That was beautiful. How about this one? Beautiful. Can't believe it. 2 shots, 2 kills. That's 240 points of kills. Love it. See if I can get another one down this way and throw it into my tree line here, which has been demolished pretty much. I think I did have another one coming up here. Yep, it is coming. What I'll do is I'll get my artillery to shoot these tanks here. One of them shooting on the road here. Yep. And maybe another one on this firefly. My rocket planes are almost ready. Now these 122s are also really good anti-infantry guns. You know, 122 millimeters is not a small shell. Unfortunately now, because of this kind of crossfire coming from the tanks here, and the units coming down here too, it's hard to get any units into this tree line here. Ooh, but we have managed to get the 12-12. Let's see, I've got my 122 here. Bring him out to about, let's say, like this. Should be fine. Got the tracks broken on that Sherman. Okay, that's nice. Okay, and yeah, there is a large attack going down here. So let's try and put some more rocket planes to good use. And maybe I could even buy a couple of these Blenheims. No, I can only buy one, but one is still better than 0. Take both of these for the IS-2. In come the rocket planes. Let's see how they do. Don't know why he's there. Just move him into the... Okay, can you get the kill on the KV-85? Oof, missed. Shame. Okay, off you go, boys. Retreat, retreat. Blenheim on the bombing run. Okay, good, good. The I-53s onto the IS-2. Okay, yes, they did get the kill. Big money there, big money. And the 122s, you know, providing nice suppressive fire also into this town. What I'll do is I'll send my... not send, but I'll get my artillery to provide some nice fire into that. And the last one just to shoot onto this road again. Really need more anti-tank guns, but really I need these big ones, you know. Maybe even 2. My last 2. It's gonna be a big kill list, I think. A really, really, really big kill list. I might even have to start bringing my reserve forces up because I'm running out. Come on. Oh, another Firefly kill. 120 points. Beautiful. Love it. Nice artillery landing there. Still suppressing those infantry units. And really creating a huge bottleneck here. You know, in this... I'm trying to use my hands to point, but I guess you can't see. So I'll use the mouse. This area here is getting bottlenecked. Looks like my artillery here is doing a good job of pushing the infantry out at least. So what I'll do is I'll grab them and I'll start bombarding this road again one more time. Too many tanks really for me, if I'm honest, for me to deal with by myself. And they just keep coming. I have no idea how many infinite units this this player has, but it's a lot. It's a lot of units. I might even keep one of these inside the town here. See if I can sneak him into the garden here and hide him behind the fence. Oh, transport snipe. That was the worst. Oh. Okay. That's just it's just one, but that was 90 points lost for free, which is unfortunate, let's say. Another Firefly kill, come on. Let's get it. Let's get those 120 points. Where are my Ratsuvaki dying and why? Sissy gone, anti-tank. I really got almost nothing left at this stage. It's just down to the anti-tank planes really if I want to do something now. Let's see if these two I-53s can get this IS-2 1944. Okay, the artillery is doing a reasonable job here, and I'm quite happy with that, or happy enough. 122 doesn't have the best line of sight, but it is able to get eyes on. Oof, another Firefly gone. Big money. I wish I made money from killing things in the game, at least, but that's not the way it works. So this 122, I kind of want to kill this Emcher with if I can. These guys fall back. Did they kill the 1944? No. What I can do is, all these clumped units are a prime target for artillery, so that's what I'll do with these. Looks like this one is running out of ammo, supply truck for that, and I believe there's another one here, which is in a kind of risky position. I wonder if the 122 will get the kill on this Emcher. I hope it does. Come on, come on, come on. Armor cracked, there we go, that's what I wanted. Beautiful, beautiful. Another Firefly, okay. I think my 122 will run out of heat ammunition before my opponent runs out of Fireflies. But I do have a supply truck I can bring up. Come on, there's another one. Jeez, this 122, absolute VIP, that's 500 or 600 points worth of units in there now. Waiting for the artillery to come down here. Well, the other thing I can do is bring out the off map. Good old off map. Maybe even two of them. Okay, what I want this one to do is I want to drop this one about here, and now you can go back, and this one I want to drop about here. There we go. And now you can also fall back. Okay. How is the artillery itself doing? I don't see any shells landing yet. There we go. Them are coming in. Don't have really line of sight into the forest here, so I can't be absolutely sure. But this IS-2 is falling back. That is a prime target for a rocket plane, as is this one, and this KV-85 looks like a good choice too. The Blenheim onto the Gavardia here. This is a hard fought match. There we go. There it goes. Down it goes. Got that IS-2. Beautiful, beautiful. Hella points. KV-85 as well. Blenheim coming in on the infantry. Beautiful. Okay. And I've pushed them back from this zone as well, so they can ease the pressure on this this side here. Ah, 122 is gone. It's a shame. But almost taking this objective now. I mean, it's not a given. Hopefully my artillery might be able to do something here. Taking these things out. They just sit there for long enough, that is. I might even need to bring my anti-tank guns up to here. Back from the reserve. I think this one does, and again is fighting another Firefly. And Fireflies, you know, their HE shells, they do damage, but they don't do that much damage. And so trying to use a Firefly to kill things like anti-tank guns, most of the time isn't going to work in your favor. And this one specific 122 has killed like 6 Fireflies now. Here we go, artillery landing beautifully, beautifully. Make all these tanks fall back. Exactly what I wanted. Unfortunately, I just don't have the manpower, the anti-tank power to kill this many tanks. I mean, we would be lucky to get a draw out of this, looking at the tickets here. It's doing okay. Okay. What I might do here actually even is, if I can bring my artillery planes out, I might be able to get barrage going here that will prevent them from moving down this road, just like I'm doing manually with my artillery at the moment. Let's put one here. Yep, let's put it more on the road. Okay. Check these, because these things are fragile. You really gotta carefully micro them. I'll put one here, and then I'll put one behind that as well. So this one can go back. This one I want about here, and then it can also go back. And that might be enough even just to grab this objective. I'll move these guys down here. Oh, there's a Strafniki squad I saw there. See if I can get some more Jakari into the town here. Maybe I lost my 122 here. I guess my opponent really does have more Fireflies than I have bullets. It was kind of a joke, but it's really not a joke at this stage. Okay, artillery is doing a really nice job here. I think the off-map is coming down now as well. Yep. Manual artillery and off-map artillery doing a beautiful, beautiful job here. Yes. These ones are ready. Put that one here, put that one here. Lots and lots of kills from that. Might get the flag. Yes, exactly. Perfectly. Just the way I wanted it to go. If I move my Jakari down here, they should be able to hold it a little bit better. Push the line a little bit more. Just don't want them to get revealed. Try and keep them at the edge of the forest here. Have grabbed this flag here, just barely. It's something, at least, you know? This one up, forgot about that. Looks like some of my units here have arrived. Make sure that they're only at 1500 meters. This one as well, keep it at the 1500 meters and not further. But it does need a supply truck. It's run out of HE shells. I think that is something I can provide though. Take this one out as well, about to there. And supply truck, come here. This off-map is doing a fantastic job of making sure nothing, you know, comes down this way. The manual artillery as well, you know, is doing a good job. And I could probably just use a rocket plane here. I don't believe that my opponents have so much in the way of anti-air to my advantage. So I'll put 2 on there. Keep 1 here and 1 here. Oh, I messed up and I made them all target that. Okay. One here, one here. Planes going in, rockets away. Make sure I press V so it will retreat. This one automatically retreated. Okay, fine. The loader is knocked out on the Firefly. It's not amazing, but it's not nothing either. Okay. What is shooting? What is getting shot? Nothing of mine, I hope. No. Okay. So I'm tempted to bring in another off-map here just for the the guaranteed kind of suppression, if you know what I mean. And they are ready. And there is only 10 minutes left, so I'll bring at least one out for that kind of barrage over this area. And then if I still need another one, I still have one in reserve. Yes, artillery, yes, with that transport snipe. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I want it to go about here, I would say. That seems to be the main area. Okay, good, 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 good. Come on, there we go, and fall back. Don't get yourself shot. Artillery still firing, jolly good. Anti-infantry guns shooting at the Strafniki here. Take the objective back. Move my Jakari to the edge here where they can't get shot, which would be here. Not to the edge here. They would still get shot, even though it is, heavy forest. Holding C key sometimes will show you whether it is actually safe or not. In comes the barrage. I think that was a good choice. Yep, gets the MCHA on the first one. I think the T-34-85 is about to get falled back, made to fall back in the next barrage. There we go. Yep. So just barely holding on to this objective here, so that we keep the 14-10 at least, or even if in a different part of the map we lose some ground, it would still only then go to a 13-11. See if I can get a couple more of my Jakari to sneak up into this forest here. Move this one along here, and we might be able to take this objective as well. This has been a really hard fought battle. I gotta give it to my opponents. They have been endless. I mean, fair play to them. They've done a great job, if I'm honest. Maybe a couple of Ratsuvaki here. We'll be able to push up. Almost no anti-tank left for me. Did get the Truznia there with the Molotov. Okay, that's good. Jakari is moving just fine into the forest. Okay. But it looks like there is still, a reasonable amount of infantry in this forest now. How about my artillery? There is also this objective here, which is fairly close to being able to be taken. I'm just worried about losing this one. But there is the Crusader AA there now. Let's just go for another bombardment. Put another one maybe a little bit behind where they tend to retreat to. That one's just fine. No. This one we will put just about here. Let's see if we can maybe move some infantry up this way. Still 6 minutes left. Okay. Maybe here. Okay. Oh, no. Stop. Okay. My ally with the Terrans took this objective. That was very, very nice. Okay. See if I can sneak my Jakari into it to keep these guys running away. Good. There we go. Got the objective. Got the 15-9 now. Got this objective. See if we can take this one as well. So I'll re-aim my artillery. One here, one here, and one just there is fine. Okay, good. And I have infantry moving up. Maybe I'll see if I can bring some more. Alternatively, it might be plane time. Yeah, okay, let's bring the last off map and put it here just to stop any last push to take this objective. Send out my PE 231s first. Okay. And they should do just fine at taking out these tanks. Let's put this one, see if we can put it on this junction here. That would be cool. Yep, goody. Very nice. taking a long time for my Jakari to arrive. Let's see if we can just get them in the transports up here as fast as they can. We've only got 5 minutes left to do that with. Okay, did take that AA out. Got my off-map down with the barrage, so it should last for a while. Infantry coming up the road here. See if we can grab this last objective right at the end of the game. See if we can sneak the win out from under their noses. I've grabbed the objective, 17-7 now. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Let's stick one here maybe. Have taken this objective. Jolly good. Re-aim the artillery. Definitely get one here. Stick another one onto this road here. Definitely something here, because that is just a silly amount of tanks. What I can do is I can use my 153s for that, and they should get a nice kill list. Let's see. Jakari does have Panzerfaust. Might get a kill here. Yep. Okay. Got one kill. In come the rocket planes. Might get multiple kills. Oh, and they all got surrendered. Maybe by the 50mm mortar. That would be quite funny, I think, if they did get surrendered. A mortar getting 10 T-34 kills would be funny. At least to me it would be funny. Alright, they turned this around very nicely, taken 3 objectives. Have to hold on for another few minutes. Still got plenty of points. Might just go for some bombing memes. Buy 5 of these, okay. Let's send one here. Let's send one here. Let's send one here. One here. One here. One here. Okay, and it looks like my opponent is going for the last stand. Whatever they can to try and take some objectives back. I have an excess of points, so I'm just memeing with those. Off goes one, send him back. Bombs away, bombs away, bombs away. Off you go, return back to base. Bombs away. Bombs away, return to base. Okay. Goody, goody. Good, they're falling back. Down they go. Even taking this one here could do with some reinforcements to hold it. I'm not sure if mine would arrive in time, but maybe my ally can be on top of that. My sissy up for that nice 1,000-meter range. And now we're in the last stages of please don't lose the objective. Barely holding on to it. 2 minutes left. This one seems fairly safe. This one reasonably safe. I'll just bring everything up that I can bring up just in case. Whatever we can do to hold it. It's been tough. It's been hard. It's been fun too. And the kill list is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Come on, Jakari. Get your suppression back. 1 minute left. 1 minute on the clock. Everything's looking reasonably okay. Let's see. Planes, planes, planes. Not over there because there's too many Crusaders. To be honest, I think I can probably sit back and give myself a pat on the back. It's been a hard game. Real hard game. Been a long game. Honestly, I thought it was was going to end quite early, and somehow managed to claw it back just about. So it's been dramatic, shall we say. 6 seconds. We got the 16A. I'm not sure if that counts as a win for us. We'll see. There we go. A draw. Fine. Fine. Okay, so kills. Yeah, 7,000 to 1,500 in losses. Yeah, like I said, that's a kill list. And top of the list. That's nice as well. So who was the VIP unit? These anti-tank guns did a very nice job at the start of the game. I really want to find that 122. Wow, this one as well did a lot of work killing Saperzi. This is the 75mm that I was talking about before the game that has both the HE shells and the AP shells. It actually does a pretty good job of being an anti-infantry gun. Okay, you see that Saperzi, Dragoni, Gavadia, and then also getting a Sherman kill and some half-track kills. Great value from that one, but where is the legendary 122mm with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Firefly kills? Yeah, that's value. 120 points each per Firefly. Even this one, the 122 that only killed one Firefly, still paid itself off because it only costs, I think, 90 points for the gun itself. The Firefly costs 120 points. The rocket plane's also getting some nice kills here. This 122 getting a pretty good kill list as well, with a couple of Fireflies and an Emcho. Chikari here got 2 TD-3485 kills somehow. Not sure how that happened. The off map here, actually getting a few kills. Nice. What about the artillery? This artillery got 3 kills. This one got an IS-2 kill. Very nice. Those on. This is one. Also another IS-2 kill here from the 155mm. This 155mm with the Firefly, Cromwell, the T-34. Pretty good. Of course, you know, the thing is with the artillery units is the things that their value is not always just in like what you see on the kill list. You know, quite often it can be just in pinning things down or making them fall back, or even just like kind of cutting off an area so that units can't keep advancing, you know, willy-nilly or as much as they want to. So you know, sometimes we look at the kill lists to determine whether a unit was, you know, valuable or useful or not, but you know, it's not always the best way to think about it, because units can be valuable beyond just what they specifically kill or get the last hit on. How about losses? This Firefly, wow. How did this Firefly get so many kills without me noticing? Sherman with a couple of kills here. IS-2 got a couple of kills. I mean, the 122s, they can't last forever. They, you know, Fireflies might do minimal damage to them, but at the end of the day, you send 7 Fireflies and lose 6, but the 7th one is still going to kill the anti-tank gun, you know, and it's still an excellent trade for me, at least. Yeah, what a game. What a long game. And I am quite tired now. I think I am going to go and take my dogs out. So that's going to be it for this stream. So if you did watch and you did like the explanations and the game education, as I call it, you can follow or subscribe or whatever you like to do. I would appreciate that. But otherwise, thanks for watching anyway, and come back next time.